Danny Flexen here with the latest edition of SecondsOut FLEXpectations, here every Thursday 4:30 p.m. and today we're at the 12-3s gym in London's Paddington, owned of course by former world champion Darren Barker. He's not here today, you'll have to make do with me. Looking at a little bit like an extra from E17 Stay Another Day video, but Christmas has passed now, we're forgetting about that, and as befits FLEXpectations, we're looking to the future. And what I want to talk about this week, with due respect to Clarissa Shields against Ivana Habazin, there isn't a major fight taking place this weekend. So I'm going to look a bit further ahead, specifically at the welterweight division. The reason we're at the 12-3s today is that Kell Brook's doing a public workout ahead of his return after a long absence, albeit up at 154 pounds against Mark DeLuca in February. Kid Galahad's here too. But I spoke last night for SecondsOut.com, and the article will be up by the end of the week, to Sean Gibbons, who's the president of Manny Pacquiao Promotions. He talked to us about Senator Manny Pacquiao's next move in what is already a legendary once-in-a-lifetime career. Pacquiao's going to be coming back in April, and we're still not sure who the opponent's going to be. He talks about who's on the short list. If you want to know that, you can either look at previous articles, it hasn't really changed much, or you can wait for my, not exactly award-winning, but certainly a bit of a scoop article to come out. But what I will say is that the fight could take place either in the US or the Middle East, and if it does happen in the latter region, Amir Khan, as hard as it might be to believe, will then come into the frame. Last saw Khan beating up an undersized Billy Dib out in Saudi Arabia. Khan, in his last chance at world level, obviously didn't perform brilliantly against Terence Crawford. And as Sean Gibbons said to me last night, Khan's all played out in the US. The US public, they don't want to see Amir Khan fighting at world level anymore. However, in the Middle East, where Khan's popular, has a certain cachet, he could come back into the frame for Manny Pacquiao's next fight. The ultimate aim for Pacquiao, of course, is a rematch with Floyd Mayweather towards the end of 2020, the end of this year. But in the meantime, will he want a real stern test? And that's no disrespect to Khan. If he's looking to keep alive hope of that Mayweather rematch, he's probably more likely to fight someone that he's heavily favoured to defeat. Unlike Keith Thurman, where odds open for that fight, he was the underdog and obviously turned those on their head and added another chapter to an incredible career. Moving on from that, spoke to Kell Brook about an hour ago, and he was saying he believes Khan will be holding out for that Middle East opportunity should it come, waiting for Pacquiao, as he has done for so many years after waiting for Floyd Mayweather for quite a long time as well. Kell Brook's still really keen for that Khan fight to happen. Obviously, he's got to get past DeLuca first and prove that if Khan won't go above 147 pounds, that he, Kell Brook, can still make that weight. And he insists he can for the right fight. Certainly looks really sharp and lean today. You know, he'll always be a unit, but it's all muscle now. There's no hint of flab on him, and we're still quite far out from the fight. He's still desperate for that Khan fight before he retires. It's one of the things keeping him going in the boxing business, I think. And we, as Britons, I think we'd like to see it happen. Adam Smith at Sky has talked about it for a long time. And even though they've both arguably seen better days, I think it's still a sellable fight, particularly in the UK and on pay-per-view. And that's one where the loser would probably have to retire, and the winner might still get another world title chance, either at 147 or 154. So it's all bubbling up nicely in that kind of Pacquiao, Khan, Brook triangle, if you like. And then you've got the real elite of the division in Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, waiting to see who emerges from viable contenders going forward. I'll be back next week with FLEXpectations, looking ahead to actual fights though, 4:30 p.m. Thursday. And I'll also be here Monday with Reflections, 4:30 p.m. Really appreciate your time. Please leave your comments about the emerging welterweight situation below, and I'll respond to some of them. And I will see you all next week. Always a pleasure. Thanks very much.